Well, yeah. He's just one of those people who, like, doesn't apologize if he does something wrong or says something offensive. So, yeah. Yeah, instead of just addressing it. And she's his brother. So, no, yeah, can you imagine? So it's just one of those dysfunctional things that no one can really do anything about. Yeah, I've been good. I've been all right. I'm going to be taking that trip on the 7th. Yeah, well, fuck it, honestly. Yeah, I don't care what they say. I can basically, yeah, and I can basically pay for the whole thing in tips. So, yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah. Yeah, and is Liz going with you?
No, actually, it'll just be me.
Oh, really? I've been meaning to ask, especially after some of the things you said last time. How are you two doing? I mean, how is she?
That's exactly it. I mean, when things are going smoothly, it's undeniable. Like 2.5 weeks ago, we went out hiking in the canyons. This spot that April had shown us last summer, and it was beautiful. We went out for the day, and then we spent the night. And I don't know, there was no distractions. There was no
Yeah.
TV, no cell service, no Erica or Jim talking about the next K-pop release or who went harder on the fucking Peloton. You know how I am when shit gets hectic.
Oh, I know.
I don't know. I'd like to do something like that for me. Like, it'd be good to get out on my own. Yeah. Maybe not even camping or anything, but it'd be nice to go visit my sister out in Colorado.
Yeah, you said that at dinner.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I mean, it just sounds so nice. Like a road trip, taking my time getting somewhere.
So funny. Sam was literally just telling me this.
Telling you.
That you were moping the last couple of weeks. So he was like, we got to take Andrew to the mountains on a road trip so he can, I don't know, write mystic poetry and take mushrooms.
That honestly sounds pretty good.
Not to interrupt, but like, would you feel comfortable telling Katie that?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Our trip to the canyons was kind of like that. And I don't think I realized it then, but looking back now, I think we both really needed it. That time, that space, even if it was short.
Yeah.
And I think it's like you said back in March when things weren't, going so great, just that sometimes you really do need to get out there and just spend time in a wide open space.
Totally, yeah. No, to invite the same space back into your head, because I feel like with the sort of lifestyles we lead, we forget to slow down.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And there was this one moment, right, where we're jumping off this cliff into the water, and I'm looking at her, and I don't know, we'd spent all day apologizing, just working through things. And looking at her, I could just see so clearly why we're together.
That's great.
Yeah, it really was.
Why past tense?
Days like that, I feel like I love her so much, I can't properly express it. And then other days, I feel like she can just be so mean, or maybe that's unfair, but like insensitive. Like I'll try to tell her about a bad day I'm having, or just, what's something that's going on. And I feel like every time I do, she's not really listening, and it always just ends up becoming about herself again. And like last week was a good example. This happens all the time though. But I was telling her about the conversation I felt I needed to have with my roommates. And after all of it, she basically just said, "Oh, babe, that's crazy." And then started rehashing the same shit about her mom and how frustrating it is that her mom never really hears her. And it's just fucking tiresome and not to mention unbelievably ironic.
No, totally. And that sucks. It's not a good feeling like you're not heard.
Yeah. I think about her all the time, Liz. I really do. I'm just starting to think she doesn't feel the same way about me.
What makes you say that?
It just really doesn't feel like it. I don't know. I don't want this to be another relationship where I end up on the back porch of my own party, violently high, wondering why my own girlfriend would rather talk and dance with every other person there except for me.
Don't say that.
I don't know. That's what I would say to her if I could.
So tell her that.
Yeah, but it's never that easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah. What about you? What about you and Eric? Is there anything you'd...
What do you mean?
I don't know. I mean, that's what's going on with me, so what's going on with you? Anything you'd want to say to him? Unless it's too personal.
No, it's okay.
I mean, I know it's really none of my business. It's just that after Andrea's party.
What about Andrea's party?
The one on Sunday? You had work the next day?
No, I know. I wanted to go. Did Eric say anything to you?
Oh, I mean, no, we were just...
Was Carly there?
I don't... Who's Carly?
I'm surprised he hasn't mentioned Carly to you. It's a girl from Eric's work.
Oh, I don't... What, you think Eric's gonna...
No, I don't. Sometimes my mind recently goes there.
Nothing happened. I mean, we just got to talking on the back porch and I don't know. You know how he is when something's bothering him.
Yeah.
And he just said some things, and it's really not any of my business, but it sounded like maybe he wasn't that happy and that maybe you weren't either. So, I don't know, I just wanted to ask.
No, I'm glad you did. It's fine. It's probably good for me to talk about. Maybe I'm the one who doesn't understand. Like, just the other week, we talked about getting out of town and doing something similarly to what you and Katie did, just hitting reset. Because I've been really stressed out with stuff going on at work. I haven't just slowed down, and we wanted to do what you and Katie just did, just hit reset. Because for real, things with my parents have been very stressful on top of everything. And I know you know that I'm not directly involved in any of that, but they're my parents. So those conversations go on for hours, and it's exhausting on top of everything that's going on with Eric and I. So I don't know, he suggested that we pick a spot to go, get out of town. And you know, Eric, he's always so sure of himself. And then when he was asking me what I want to do, it made me pause and realize, like, I don't even know where I want to go. And it's been so long since we've had uninterrupted quality time like that together. And I don't know, it sounds unfair. Maybe it's selfish. It's hard because recently I feel like Eric will assume that whatever he wants is what I want too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's unfair. Maybe it is a little bit, but as observant as he is, he can't read your mind.
No, I know. It's a good reminder. I just mean, like, have you ever felt that way, though? Almost like you could see all the possible outcomes of the choices you could make, but you genuinely have no idea what you actually want. God, I sound so indecisive.
Well, I mean, you are indecisive, but that's okay.
But really, like, it makes me sound old when I say this, but I used to know exactly what I wanted and how to go after it. And for the longest time, he was all I wanted. I used to write about it.
Yeah, your poetry.
Yeah, in poems.
No, I remember. They were all about him.
Yeah, you're one patient man.
Oh, you have no idea. Every single one was about him.
I could picture him and me in all the places that we talked about going and all the things we talked about doing, but we were different people then. I mean, I was a different person then. And the person I am now, I don't know what sort of poem she wants to write or what kind of places she wants to go.
Yeah. How long have you felt this way?
To be honest, it hit me the morning of our anniversary a few months ago. I was tying my shoe to go on a run, and I woke up early, and I was planning to have breakfast ready for Eric when he woke up, and as I was looking out at our living room, it just hit me. for as long as I've wanted this. Like, what if I don't anymore?
Don't want what anymore? So what do you want?
I don't know. I just know that whenever Eric gets mad at me for putting my shoes on the floor instead of the rack, or for tossing clothes in the corner, or when we're out with my friends and he just stares at us like he doesn't even know who we are. And I know I'll have to deal with his silence on the drive home, and it makes me anxious feeling his distance. And I don't know, recently it's so hard to actually feel the things that he says. Like, you know, Eric, I know he means things when he says them, but it's just harder to feel that. Like, he'll say I love you, and then I can't help but wonder, when does I love you become a habit? And how do I know I love him? Like, truly love him in the way it matters. I've literally had days to myself where I end up doing nothing because I don't even know what I want to do with my time anymore. I mean, what does that say? I guess I just never pictured us here. I never pictured he and I slowing down.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
Thanks.
So what would you say to him if you could?
Why can I have a million thoughts about something, but when it comes time to speak them, I feel like words are too small. I mean, I don't hate him. I don't blame him for what's happening to us, even if part of me wants to. I feel like I keep thinking about how I used to feel in his arms and how happy we were, how perfect everything was. I mean, I was so happy.
You talk about it like you'll never feel that way again.
Sometimes I feel like I won't.
Maybe it's just us, you know? I feel like often we talk about the present the same way we talk about the past.
Maybe you're right. You know, it's kind of funny, and it's also sad. I mean, I wrote a poem about this a few weeks ago, and I wrote that I was floating above myself, looking at my life. And honestly, writing about my emotions in that way and seeing everything, I guess it helped.
It's about you and Eric?
I mean, sort of. It's definitely inspired by him and me and us.
Can I hear it?
As for you, I still remember the dreams that I once wished would come true, or how the light looked through the blinds in the glow of those early mornings. Against the gray wall, the corner where I propped the pillows so I could sit. The sound of your voice that I can feel myself forgetting, or if not forgetting, then trying to let go of. Everywhere I look now, I see the absence of you, as if absence is something that can be seen. As if to gaze into the water is to see the absence of dryness, or to see myself in the mirror is to see the absence of contentment. The sky is either blue, or it lacks the loveliness of rain. And when I look at my own heart lately, I don't recognize what I see. Didn't love once mean resilience, or the fearlessness of suffering? And isn't this silence from me exactly what you wanted? Maybe expectation is the same thing as wanting. Maybe fears come true when they are what you feed. But I still remember the dreams I once had, that I once wished would come true. I remember the sunlight on the water, the presence, I mean before the absence of you. There were things I meant to say, conversations I thought we were meant to have, words that strangle in my throat lately, as if deflated of their importance. A shyness of words is what I mean, my words. and how their importance, their desire to be spoken, depends only if the listener even wants to hear. If hope used to mean resilience, and if you only enjoyed the idea of that hope or the mere idea that I held on to it just so you didn't have to, and maybe never intended to, so what if it did? There were steps you said you took that you never did you? I never cared if I knew the way. And by that I mean when it comes to the future, or what we hope versus what ultimately comes. There's never anything we can ever really know. Who knows how far I would make it, I think, before I realized I was walking alone. But if I knew the way home from here, believe me, I would go.